As I said, I'm Wendy Reeves. I am the founder of one of 15 of us at the Human Side of AI. We have kind of a skeleton for our website right now. It's a community we created 2 years ago where a bunch of people from all different roles in our industry, from the vendor space, from the dealer space, a lot of dealers, right, Freddie, that are interested in all this. Freddie is part of a Service Drive Live community that I belong to, that Joe Chambers at Elgin Toyota headed up. And we do a Service Drive Live call every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Central. Guys, if you have any interest in fixed ops, you need to reach out to Joe and make time, invest an hour on your Sunday morning to log in at 7 a.m. with your coffee and hang out. We've got some great structured content, more and more coming lately, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of different perspectives. It's a great way to mastermind for 1 hour a week and great way to supercharge you on Sunday as you project your activities for the coming week. So I highly encourage you to do that. And the reason I'm going to go into details in a couple of this is because I can. Because they gave me 30 minutes and they said, well, you really only have to talk 10 or 15. But I know once I start getting in what I want to cover, I'm probably going to go really fast. So you guys help me out we're going to ask a couple of questions too. So I want to make this more personalized. I want to make this something where you can actually truly feel like we saw each and every one of you in this room and we were here to address your specific pain points and what you want to accomplish in your dealership under the hood with AI. So the other thing I do is I'm founder of BDC Angels. I've been in the business for 42 years and I opened my first BDC in 2007 when I was marketing and internet manager and cradle to grave sales at Motto. And Greg Goebel, a consultant, came in and heard me doing my up calls and he was trying to sell us the idea of a call center. And he pointed to my office, he goes, that's your call center manager. Why? Because I already had to handle the working man's friend because I got more volume in sales than I did gross. So the finance manager felt like he died and gone to heaven because he went good. Now she can get her damn hands out of my pocket. So now I sell appointments instead of cars, which is really, really great. And this is going to lend itself to the importance of having your people in the right roles at your dealership, especially with the emergence of AI. Because AI might lessen our workforce, but if you restructure that workforce, and if you look for your people that have really great attention to detail, have great problem-solving skills, that can help to take that hand off from the AI, or when we get to agentic AI, and you have a half a dozen agents doing different things in your dealership, because it's coming, you're going to have a human who's going to be able to oversee those 5 or 6 agents and make sure that they're representing you the way that you want them to. Make sure that it's quality content. Make sure that the output is exactly what you'd hope to do. And those are going to be really important. So these are the things we need to think about now, which is why I'm talking about the human side. So now what I want to do is, if you want to join us at the community, like I said, it's not a fully blown website. What it does have, it'll ask for your email address, and then there's a Meet the Founders section on the top right. We have 15 co-founders that I invited in 2 years ago with all different kinds of roles. There's about a half a dozen dealership people in there. Some of the people that you might know, Martha Alvarado, April Simmons, Jared Kilway, Hunter Swift is in there, Grace Scott, Nate Seschel, Tim Hayden from Brain Trust. Anyway, a number of people that can help you in any one of a number of ways, depending upon the resources you need on your journey with AI, okay? So when you go there and you click on Meet the Founders, you can get the LinkedIn profile of each of the 15 of us. And I want to stress that this is an educational platform. This is a community we grew, we created. We do a Zoom every other Monday for 30 minutes. We do a Clubhouse call every other Wednesday on the off weeks where we just talk about whatever the current topics are, and that's very interactive. But the important thing is this is to educate one another and to be educated in our pursuit of knowledge of AI. So we're not looking to monetize off of this, but the way things have evolved in the last 2 years, it's just what we envisioned 2 years ago, and it's really, really exciting. That said, our journey, August 9th, 2023, our first Human Side of AI call was born. I was talking to a number of other BDC practitioners, which I didn't mention, but BDC Angels, I've been installing and revamping on-site BDCs. I do hybrid BDCs. I do outsourced BDC. And basically whatever you need, you call me for strategy and we talk it over, and whatever works for your store and makes sense right there. Don't be afraid to try different solutions in your quest of finding the right one. You know, if you go to buy yourself an outfit or something, you don't buy the first one you try on. You want to look at a couple of different options, right? Do this with your vendors and do this with your AI products as well, but do your due diligence too. And the human side is going to be your best way. Testimonials from fellow dealers, from fellow vendors. Those of us that work together, I believe that 25 to thrive in 25, it's the year for partnerships and collaborations, whether it's the dealer body as a whole collaborating with one another, which is so refreshing to see somebody like David in a store, building free chat GPTs, not to monetize, but to help you guys as fellow dealership personnel. My passion for BDC and automotive runs so deep, I can't even tell you. Now coupled with the fire, the fuel, what AI that is fueling me additionally, I wake up every single morning and I'm just excited, like, okay, what are we gonna learn new? What's new today? What's changed? But I rely heavily on these guys because they are the experts. They are the ones with the data. They are the ones with the case studies. They are the ones with the referrals, all that. So they're gonna provide you all of that stuff. But my whole point is that we work together and we form partnerships because we know one another to be honest and have integrity. And that's important because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors in AI, right? Am I right?
Yes.
A lot of smoke and mirrors. A lot of people that slapped, dare I say, because I might as well if I'm going to do Wendy, right?
Yeah.
Dare I say they slapped some lipstick on a pig
Yeah, good say.
and called it an AI product 20 years later, but it's the same thing it was back then when we were plunking away with vehicle options. So it's been there. But here's the important part. What are our pain points today versus 30 years ago? What's your pain point in your dealership? May I ask what your role is?
Marketing and advertising.
Marketing? Perfect. Has your role changed at all with the emergence of AI? Oh my God, it's blown it out of the water, right? And it's exciting, right? Because you know what it is to do all of the things you need to do to get out there and be competitive and bring value to ensure a great customer experience, because that's what's going to win out, you guys, is the customer experience. Before I go back to that, I want to read something. One thing that AI helped me with is, you know, we used to say it's people, products, and technology, or it's people, process, and technology, or everybody, it's the same two or three, right? But no matter how advanced the technology gets, and I had to write this down, it's actually now people, and this was based on something I fed a chat GPT just to ask for a couple of bullet points. People, culture, and mindset is what's going to determine your success. Your people, your culture, and your mindset. Think about that again. Your people, your culture, and your mindset. We've been beating our heads against the wall, being reactive to these problems in our stores for 35 years that I'm aware of. They're all the same. Why did we start BDCs? Because the salespeople couldn't get the phone ups into the CRM, right? When we did ours, we were using Who's Calling, and Autobase was our CRM. Yeah, some of you are like, huh? And 200 of the 600 phone ups got into the CRM. So that's why BDCs were born. The problems still exist, the same ones. For you, for marketing, oh my gosh, you can do so much now. You can get analyses, you can do this, that, the other. You can get ideas for your campaigns, all kinds of stuff. So it's changed. Sir, what is your role?
Same.
Okay, cool. So, and what is your role in the store?
I work for the Central Region for Kia. I'm the regional marketing head.
Wonderful. That's good to know. I've heard good things about Kia. Really good things. Great programs are coming up. And I have friends in the space, in the B2C space, that are doing a lot with you guys to get the word out to your dealers. So well done. And your role?
Marketing analyst,
Awesome. And for you?
marketing manager.
Okay, do we have any BDC people in here? Wonderful. And are you independent? You're a group, franchise? Which franchise?
We're with me.
Okay, so you're with corporate, so you're with a number of different rooftops?
Yes, I've.
Wonderful. Perfect. That's awesome. So you have your hands into everything. And what CRM do you use, by the way?
We just changed to Drive Centric.
Awesome. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Who else do we have here? Do we have GMs? Do we have GSMs? Do we have parts? Do we have service? Do we have any owner-operators? And no GMs and no GSMs. Do we have any fixed ops directors? There we go. Great. So that's exciting to me, guys, because I think the biggest impact in service in AI right now is going to be service. I think that it's sales AI. Sorry, guys. I think it's oversaturated. There's a lot of different solutions, and they've tried this, that, and the other, and you guys are well on your way to determining which one you should work with, and that's wonderful. The opportunity is in service, guys. The opportunity is like, I can see, because we do outbound data calling campaigns for service, like whatever, your TLE calls for a Toyota store, or your declined services, or you're inactive for 4 or 5 months, inactive for 6, 8 months, or 8 to 10 months since last service or sales or whatever, and we reach out. And the interesting thing is that the more creative people get with their advertising campaigns that are fueled by AI and the different methods they have to be working your database and to be scrubbing lists and scrubbing histories and CRMs and appointment setting experiences and practices and this and that, the more you're able to predict who's ready for what, right? I've heard references to parts ready. I'm sure you've heard that too. Or these people that maybe, who the heck was it? We were talking about on STL, I think, and one store said in our back chat, they had never sold a tire or something, right?
Yep.
And then something with predictive marketing analysis or mining their database, whatever it was, they had just an astronomical amount of tire sales that first month that they listened and followed the recommendations. So what AI is going to do is it's not going to replace our humans. It's not going to do anything like that. We need to restructure our roles, but it is here to stay. You need to embrace it as a teammate and neither friend nor foe. And guys, we can just blow this up if we just do it. Just start. You got to start right where you are. So let me forward so I don't miss anything. So that 2-year journey, fear to curiosity. So we all started the community because, especially in the BDC, we're like, oh my gosh, what is this AI thing? What is ChatGPT 2 years ago? Not many people were using it. Oh, well, I wonder if I could ask it, and I wonder if I could do this, and I wonder if it would help me with my text responses, and I wonder if it would help with my emails, right? So what is your first name, Miss?
Catherine.
Catherine? Okay. Catherine, I know Freddie, that's why I'm able to address him by name. I'd like to be able to address you by name as well. So Catherine, as a BDC person, does this just set your soul on fire, the opportunities?
Yes.
It does, right?
Yeah, we're mostly utilizing our sales AI for after hours. Or
Perfect.
That kind of stuff.
Perfect. And that's the best way, and that's what I recommend to my cohorts in the automotive space. That's even as the human side myself, who provides the humans for those that keep wanting to cut out their humans. We can't do that, guys. We can't follow the flow. A lot of you guys, especially GMs more so, they go to a 20 group meeting and they want to try the next best thing that the biggest selling dealer made a lot of money off of, or they want to have the best idea and they want everyone else to get that because we like that pat on the back, right? With our peers, right? Oh my God, that's a great idea. I can't wait to get back to the store and start doing that. It's important, right? So to that end, let's make sure that we're educating our dealers, our GMs, but let's start bringing some of our other roles to these types of educational meetings. Your BDC people, your marketing people, your parts people, your office people. Bring somebody in from accounting. There's just so much, guys, that we are on the cusp right now of, if we take the right steps, if we act, it's going to be game changing. We're still in, where are we, Q2 right now? So much time to make so much money and have so much success and elevate your customer experience, not necessarily in that order, but we just got to start, and you got to start right where you are, which is why when we started the community, we're like, well, let's all get together and shoot it and shoot the bull and find out who's working with what's working, what's not. That's how we started, with a clubhouse room weekly. And we all started to get excited. We started getting excited, getting our feet wet. I had 4 dealership people, especially Martha Alvarado and April Simmons, I would call my bullshitometers, because they would dive deep with me with some of the AI vendors, the new ones that were coming out, the Numas, the Stellas, the Auto Service AI, all of them when they were brand spanking new back then. And they were all just trying to sell right now, so there wasn't a lot of case history or anything like that, so that we could see what their results had been. But it was the hype. They were selling on the hype. So fear to curiosity. We feared it. We thought, oh my God, they're going to take our jobs. But then we're curiosity, we're like, okay, what can we do with this? How can we make it do something actionable that we can share and we can grow from it? Cultural shifts. Guys, it's the same as what we had 30 years ago, trying to bridge the gap between sales and service. And then 20 years ago, sales and BDC. sales thought BDC was gonna take all their customers, right?
I'm not gonna have any opportunities. They're gonna get all the leads. I'm not gonna have any leads. I'm gonna sit there twiddling my thumbs. I'm gonna have to go hunt ups out on the floor, on the lot.
No, that's not it exactly. I mean, that's not it at all. But they started worrying about that. So then they started saying the same as when a BDC gets into a sales department. We don't like change, right? It's ugly in the beginning, it's messy in the middle, and it's beautiful at the end. But you gotta do it, because that's where success is. It's right outside your comfort level. It's right outside of what you're still being skeptical about, and you're trying to make a decision. Make a decision. Just start exactly where you are. If you finally have realized, hey, this AI is not going away, I should maybe jump into it, then take David Rozek's free chat GPTs, look at what he's done, look at what he's built, see how you can test those free things. Don't put in your PII or anything like that, obviously. But then, once you see what he's built, let the creative juices flow in your own mind. I have a chat GPT Pro, and I build custom GPT Pros for every one of my BDMs that I call. And I show them. I had a dealer one day call me, it's so exciting, you guys, marketing. He said, do you guys do radio ads? Or do you do radio scripts? I'm like, sure. I mean, I'm told that's what I should be saying, right? Whatever it is they ask you, just say yes and then figure it out. Which isn't me, I'll be honest to a fault. But at the same time, I thought, yeah, let's have a go at this. So I gave all the criteria for the Ford ad for a little bitty store in Ohio. And I'll be damned, they got really good responses from it. And I give it back to them. I go, okay, how's this? And then I said, compliments of ChatGPT Pro. If you like it, I will either show you how to do it or I will do it for you, since they're one of my coaching clients anyway. So that was great. That was the way I found out we could do that. So you have to jump in like that. Like don't even, depending upon the kind of person you are, if you like to wade in and be sure, fine. Otherwise, do a cannonball and just jump right in and just grab whatever you can that interests you in any way whatsoever. Because we don't know what we don't know yet. But if you start dabbing a little bit, I'm telling you guys, it will ignite a passion within you like none other, that for your whole career to date. Because this is a game changer. This is going to enable us to let AI help us with the things that AI will never forget. AI will be consistent about. And the guys are going to tell you about all that stuff. But so there were the cultural shifts where then they started thinking, okay, maybe there's something to this. Process alignment. That's where we found out too that you can't train an AI or anything else if your process is broken in the store. Why are so many dealerships, BDC is my realm, so I'll say, why are so many outsourcing their BDCs? Because they're looking for a red pill or a blue pill. Or they're looking for a fix it and forget it. And what are the pain points? Engagement? Can I realistically say our engagement, our leads, our service opportunities on the website, whatever it is, it's engagement, right? If it's outbound campaigns, either they don't answer the phones, we're not sending relevant, consistent messaging across our email and text outreach, and that's why we're not getting engagement. You have to have engagement to get conversion. Marketing, you guys, this is the reality. Marketing brings the opportunities to us, to the website, to the BDC, to the service department, to the internet sales department. BDC is a conversion tool. We put them in your service lanes and in your showrooms. So you have to get a good relationship with your BDC or your internet sales or your internal people in fixed ops. Make sure that you have people that are on board from the top down and from the bottom up, on board and believing this, because if they don't believe it and they're leading others, you can't talk the talk without walking the walk. It's going to be completely, they're going to know, oh, okay, the owner operator told them to do that. I guess here we go. We're going to try something else now. Am I right? That's probably what the consensus is as you go further down the chain. So, process alignment. We're finding out that we have to have consistency. We have to have written, consistent, sustainable, and scalable processes that are going to be able to ride the wave. Data awareness, obviously, the guys will get into that. Data governance, your first party data, making sure about this, that, and the other that the gentleman will also talk about. And I need to see where I'm at with time. Where am I? I'm good. Community and collaboration. This to me is the beauty in the last 2 years. What has grown in awareness is the community awareness and the involvement and the human insights that are based on experience with data now, measurable data that can tell us what worked, what didn't, what vendors are good, what vendors aren't. This was just my bullet points. It's not really anything important, but and if anybody wants to, I have cards up here, or I think you're going to have our QR codes or something that to reach out to any of us. But if you have any questions after or during lunch or whatever, feel free to ask. But my whole point is that people are talking about it now. We tried to get into SodaCon 2 years ago. Hey, let's do a human side of AI panel with maybe Brain Trust, Tim Hayden, who's all about data governance and CDPs and compliance and fraud and this and that and the other. We've got just really great people that are bringing the insights from the speeches that they're doing, from the collaborations they're doing with large dealer groups, guys, and even outside of automotive. There are some big providers out there that are blending their industries and bringing to automotive what was previously only available in other like channel organizations or telephony companies or communications or this or that. It's becoming accessible to us as dealers. So we need to do our due diligence. I started a really cool thing last night. If anybody knows Brent Wees or Brett Wees, I'm sorry, or Sean Rains or Todd Smith from Corey I, they started a really cool workshop and study group that they're calling whatever the first wave is, that we're going to get together for an hour every week. And they've got one guy that's doing coding for 2 weeks. Then they've got a guy, Sean Rains from, what is Sean's company? Sean Rains, he's amazing, but he does the Dino's karaoke at Digital Dealer every year in Las Vegas. If you're a convention goer, most people know him for that because it's wild fun. But Sean Rains is going to do images, because here's the other thing, guys. You have to get into these collaborative groups because things are changing rapidly, and unless you've got 50 hours a day to do all that research and keep up with it daily yourself, which I don't, which is why I trust my partners. They're all the technology part, I'm the human part, and see how the humans need to react to this or that to make it all gel, make it all work well together. You have to stay aware, find a study group, find some sort of collaborative effort, ask your friends, ask whatever, tell your people, tell your auto associations, tell CATA, what is important to you? What do you need us to provide you with? And they will provide it to you. They will bring in people like us to help educate you guys. And also, if you find value, and then I'm going to land my plane, I think, because I'm probably about there. Whatever it is that you find value in, these smaller group settings like this, where we can talk to you and ask you opinions and you can share your personal experiences, bring those up to our speakers or to me later. Tell us what's on your mind, because this is the time, this is right here where we can get you stuff you can take back to your store and act on it and really make a difference. And that's what we need to do. If we're going to invest our time in these collaborations that we do together, we need to make sure they're worthy of our time, right? Because most people say, well, if it's not making me money, I don't want to do it. There's also planting seeds, okay? So if you can't do it, get somebody deeper down in the trenches to attend things like this, but get somebody there that's going to find something out and have your meetings in the store and collaborate. And it's going to be the collaborations with your humans. Get your team members involved, because in 20 years of setting up BDCs, the best ideas come from within. So encourage your people to share their thoughts, because there's magic out there, you guys. All you have to do is tap into it. And it's those collaborations where we're going to make the beautiful symphonies together. And we're really going to knock everything out of the park. So that's about all I have. Does anybody have any questions for me?
So you're saying AI is our superpower? We just haven't decided
No.
to use it yet.
No way. I'm saying humans are our superpower. And we need to teach our humans how to harness the AI as it is today, and then stay abreast of what's coming tomorrow and when it arrives, so we can pivot and figure out how to handle that piece. That's it. It's all about your humans, guys. Thank you.
Let's give her a hand. Thank you. So I love the passion
and the energy, and I'm sure you guys can